we can reach both sides and run stuff through. Look at that. This thing worked out quite well. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Nidd Server. So today you might be wondering what's going on behind me here. So we've done a little bit of work, not too much at this point, but I've been preparing and that's something new. But I've just been kind of putting a bit of scaffolding down, kind of laying some things out for outside here. But one of the things, I guess I should show you. At the end of the last episode, I think I did a little bit of a time lapse of building this tunnel. And ever since this weekend, or I guess a little bit before, ever since the last update, and I don't know if it's an update or if it's just the amount of stuff in this world now, but things are starting to go bad again. So you can see here, my sim speed is at 0.5 right now. That's actually a lot worse than it was a minute ago. It was about 0.7. But yeah, my sim speed is down and things are starting to go bad. So yeah, I'm hoping that maybe it was just the last update and then it'll be fixed in the next one, but it could just be that the world is starting to have too much stuff in it, which is so bad. I wish that this game, I love this game. I hate being down on this game. I love it to death, but this kind of stuff happens and it's so bad and it makes it hard to play. But yeah, so here's a big hole going all the way through to the other side of the asteroid. And I just nearly killed myself there. So this will be where the ships come and dock and you can come in and get into the asteroid. I've looked around this whole asteroid, and one thing that I noticed is that other than this spot right here, where you can see there's some iron sticking through here and some cobalt, I think that is. Other than that, there's a huge layer of rock all the way around it. So if we come back into here, and I'm sorry about the speed, I can't do anything about that, but you'll see here, so here's rock, right? All the way back to right here. There's a big buffer, like huge buffer of rock. So one of my ideas, or the thing I need to do next, right, is inside of here, to hollow it out a bit. So I did a little bit of hollowing out here because I had an idea, but it didn't work out. But to get in there with like some drills and hollow it out so that I can build in there. So in preparation for that, come up here and take a look. I did the same deal that I did on there with the pistons and the drills, and just dug, not all the way through, but just dug in a bit so that I can see kind of where those conveyors are, right there. And I've done the same thing on the other side. So down here on the bottom, all the way down this way, where this one is, I did the same thing right down here, so that we have these two little pokey holes that go through. You can see it right there, same idea. And so that I know when I get to them, right? So where I kind of want to stop. Now, that leads us back over to this ship over here that I built. And this thing right now is called the Critter. Or just Jackal's Critter or Critter. But if any of you guys, probably dating myself at this point, but if anybody of you guys watched, there was a movie a long time ago called Critters. And they were these little balls that would roll around and with spikes all over them and eat people. It was a horror movie from a long time ago. Probably a parody horror movie, but a horror movie nonetheless. But yeah, they would roll around and destroy everything. So here, let me just get into this ship so that we have a place to sit that is regenerating us. And I will jump into the Critter. And, oh yeah, there's a bunch of cargo containers in this now. Actually, I guess before we should show you what this thing is. So there's just drills on all sides, right? And so this is my idea. Originally, I was actually trying to build this inside there, but for whatever reason, I don't know if this is new or not, but for whatever reason, I couldn't build one of these. I built this, I grinded the thing off, I've tried to put the landing gear down and it wouldn't let me put it down anymore, so it wouldn't let me build that in there. I wanted to, because this is a blueprint I have, and I built it out here instead, but I was trying to build it actually inside there so I could just start it up in there, but wouldn't let me for whatever reason. First time that's happened. But so yeah, so we got drills on all sides with cameras facing in all directions, and just basic thrusters and some power, and gyro and all the basics. Also in the middle here, there's a connector or a conveyor right in the middle that goes in all directions, and then I've got a bunch of little, just small cargo containers in there, connecting them all up together, so that there's a bit more storage space. But no, why not, right? They all had to be connected anyway. So the idea here, and I know that there's no way to get any of the ore out of that really at the moment, so I'm gonna have to maybe take one of the drills off in the end to get stuff out, which might be a problem since it'll be full of stuff. We'll figure it out. But if I get back into this ship, just so that we don't die while we're doing this, bloop, and then I jump into the critter and we take control, and I need to put like the front camera at least down. There we go. So now we can see that we're inside the critter, and I want to head over here and let's see how well this thing works. I'm obviously gonna have to kind of like drill my way in and make a bigger hole. I just wanted to see if I could do it without having to like hand drill or build some more stuff or whatever, just to kind of get in there, take you for the ride. Hopefully I don't hit anything getting over here. I really do wish that these, oh, I don't have any lights. There's a problem. It's getting super dark. And of course, because I'm using these cameras, and for whatever reason in the future, cameras are not clear at all. Yeah, I can't see a thing. So I'm gonna have to, let me put some lights on this thing, and I'll see if I can't get in there. Whoa! And drill it, and drill in there a bit. So I'll be right back. Oh, right, here we are. And we have the lights going now. Ooh. So we can see what we're doing. Looks like, well, sort of, I guess. Looks like we're already cutting into things. I wonder if we can get into here. But yeah, here's the plan anyway. I want to try and get into this hole, and then make it a bigger hole. So let's see if we can do this. This is going to be more interesting than I thought it was. So I'm just below this one. I'm really hoping that I don't just bust this thing up like big time, that I can actually get into here. But yeah, it looks like it's sort of working. And all I want to do right now is just kind of like get in here, kind of show you how this thing works. If it does work, that is, of course. I wonder if I can... So I'm gonna just have to like go around a bit, clean up some, make some bigger hole, and then work my way in. And then once I get in here, I want to head towards the holes that I showed you before, right? So basically, so that I can kind of like connect those up, and I want to do that so that we can basically run conveyor lines inside the asteroid to hook both sides up and then connect it up to, like, that would be where we would put the like the assemblers and everything, and all the stuff that we need, like cargo containers and assemblers and refineries and like all that kind of stuff inside of the asteroid here. And then we'll hook them all together, and this will be where like people come and can drop stuff off. And okay, it looks like we're getting in, so this is good. So if this is the front, if I was to throw, say, the back on here, up, back, view, I go 3. Yeah, see, like we're making our way in, making a bigger hole. A much bigger hole. Head back to the front. But it looks like it's working, and we can see what we're doing, so that's kind of cool. So I think this will work. I kind of, I could go around in circles, and then just kind of keep orientating myself to go in this way. And I just kind of like bob around inside here, and I clean out all this stuff. I'm in. So I made it all the way inside. And so yeah, I basically I need to figure out which way I'm going now, right? But and I'm going to use the iron as my gate, like don't go past the iron. So if I'm in here, and that would be down, so then up would be like this way. So now I want to kind of like try and go up this way, and if I ever see stone, I would stop. But this should make like a nice circle borehole in between as I go, right? And I can just kind of like bounce around, because I don't really care about too much about making them straight lines or anything like that. But I just kind of want to, you know, hollow out all of this iron on the inside. I don't think I'm gonna have an iron problem in the future. So yeah, this should be cool. I like this guy. I think he's working. I think he's working pretty good. So I'm just gonna like bob around here in a bit, try and reorientate myself. Actually, probably what I should do is put some waypoints where I want to go, because I'm gonna keep losing track of, you know, where I am and where I'm going. So at least I can like head towards a spot. Oop, is that the entrance again? Maybe. Can't see. Too much dust. So I'm gonna play around in here for a little bit, guys, and I will be right back. Okay, so I think this worked actually pretty well. Let's check it out. I haven't actually looked at the result yet, but if I go in here and I find the hole that was dug, look at this. I burrowed a hole all the way up here, nice and neat, all the way through this, and I broke right through to there. Ta-da! Look at that. Look at this thing. This thing's awesome. That worked out really well. So now I've got a hole that goes right from here to there, and you'll see if I turn on my HUD, I put a point right there at the end of that tunnel, right? And I've got another point right over there. So if I head back over this way, so if I bring my critter back right to this guy here, start going here, straight towards that, 50 meters that way, I'll hit the next one. This actually worked really well, and it was really quick. I'm actually quite surprised how well that worked. So yeah, so I'm gonna finish the other side, and then we can try and connect these two babies up. So I'll be right back. Okay, here we are back. So I've done some on-the-fly modifications to this ship, so that I could actually get all the stuff out of it. Decided, I guess I don't really need it in all directions, right? So I just put a large container on the butt and a connector there, both all up so that it can drain everything into the cargo container over here, head over here. And let's take a look at the last hole. So come out here. Here's the work we have done. So this was the hole we did. That's point 1 right there. That's the one we did before. And this is point 2. That's the one that we just did. So take a look at this hole. We go all the way down through here. And then out to that one. So this is, now we can reach both sides and run stuff through. Look at that. This thing worked out quite well. Now they're on angles because this is obviously a donut, right? But so we'll just have to drill out more so that it can make right angles of the tubes coming through. But this worked out quite well. I'm actually pretty happy with that. My little critter bot. And I guess let's come out here really quickly and let's turn on the lights. So here's our wonderful contraption, and we'll just turn this guy, let's open him up. So he still works quite well. But one thing that I should point out is that when I log out and log back in and then come on here, I've noticed that every once in a while, so here we have, I think like some of these heads will just disconnect. So that's bad. But the other thing is that sometimes I log back in and some of them are reconnected again. So I don't know if it's just client-side problems. So here you'll see there's 2 of them now that are disconnected on the bottom, which before there was only 1. And I believe it was Kevin Pittman gave me a suggestion about how to maybe reattach the ones on the bottom without having to to reconnect everything. So thank you very much for that. I haven't tried that yet, but I'll give it a go and see if I can maybe reconnect them. But sometimes I'm wondering if it's just a client problem, because like I'll log in and a different one, like sometimes they will and sometimes they won't be. But here you can see these ones are all still connected. And then if I come up here, I think this side is still all perfect now, even though I think when I showed you last time it wasn't, right? So like those are all connected. SimSpeed, I hate SimSpeed being slow. These ones are all connected, and once these ones start to go, yeah, so these ones here are all connected. So this side is all completely perfect, even though I think one of them was disconnected last time. I could be wrong. But over here, yeah, so that one's still disconnected. This one was disconnected, but now that one also is disconnected, which wasn't before. So I don't know. But anyhow, the point of all this. Oh, and on that note too, super fun, happy time also made the point that do you really need this all to be on pistons? And I'm like, no, you're right, I don't, but I want it to be. I think it looks cool. I love the idea that I can retract it and all that jazz. I think that's super cool. I like that a lot. Anyway, I just want it to work like this. I mean, worst case scenario, if this thing all flies apart, I'll just make, I can make a static wall here, and that'll work, of course. But I put my ship there and it got pushed out of the way. I'm glad nothing blew up there. Oops. But yeah, so thank you, super fun, happy time, for your comment. I'm just trying to make something that's cool, even though no, it's definitely not necessary. But it's a very good comment as well. Thank you very much. Oops, wrong button. Stop. Let's close this back up and turn these lights off. Redstone 1 actually had an idea too for like when this thing is done and we have this like opening and closing, to use lights on it. So like I have here, but maybe have like lights going like it's red when it's opening, like caution, or orange, get out of the way, right? And then maybe have like turn green when it's ready to go, and like use lighted color for making all the different kind of signals and stuff for when it's doing things. I think that's a super cool idea. And there was a comment from a really old episode. I think it was the Oxygen Ready Home, like season 1, episode 34. I had a guy saying that I should put a biodome in there somewhere in that old world. But since that old world is no longer, we could maybe do a biodome somewhere in this world. I think that's maybe a cool idea. So thank you very much. And that was Marshetta Thompson, I believe. So thank you for that comment. And the last thing that I want to do here too. Actually, Elemental Blaze also made the comment too of using spectator mode in here for not cutting holes in the side of my asteroid. So that's definitely a good idea. I like using my gravity generators as well. But like I said, in this one, for whatever reason, the asteroid is pretty perfect with a huge ring of stone. So as soon as I hit the stone, I know to stop. But thank you very much, Elemental Blaze, for that comment. Is the last thing I actually kind of want to do, and I don't know if I've actually shown this thing to you guys in this one. So we're gonna make a little trip. I'm gonna jump into this ship, and we're gonna fly over somewhere because something was discovered in another series that I do, the Partners in Grind. Where am I? Back up. Partners in Grind series I do with Sal. A discovery was made a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and I don't know if you guys saw it. If you watch that series, then you've definitely seen it before. But Elemental also made a comment about this, so I think I should show it to you for sure. Let me go to my GPS. The Anubizroid. So let's turn that one on. I can turn off these ones now. We don't need them on anymore for the moment. But where is the Anubizroid? Anubizroid's over here, 20,000 meters away. So I'm going to fly over to the Anubizroid, and I'm going to show you guys what that is, because Elemental Blaze, thank you very much, Elemental Blaze, for your comment, suggested, or didn't suggest, but I made a comment, I think, in an episode of a different show, the Partners in Grind, that I have to make my base inside of this thing. So we're going to head over here, and when we get there, I will be right back. All right, hey everybody, say hello to the Anubizroid. So this asteroid is a custom asteroid. And as we get closer into it, you might notice that it looks like something. This was done by Mir, with the inspiration or Sal had a part in it, but Mir did it. And so here we are. They took a photo of me, the best photo they could find of me, from probably one of my live streams or something, and they turned it into an asteroid. So here is the Anubizroid. It's my head. You can see the ears on the side there, the nose, the beard, the hair, the crazy hair. But yeah, here you go. This is, and you can see the eye holes and everything. Like, the closer you get into this thing, so how close are we now? We're 200 meters away. Let me jump out of the ship. And I'll just fly in closer here. This is the Anubizroid. I figured that, I mean, when I saw this, my reaction was pretty good, I guess. But I'm gonna have to build my base into this. And when Sal brought me over, do I have my lights on? I think I do. When Sal brought me over to this, first thing I did, of course, is I flew up to the ear over here on one side, and I drilled straight through my own head. So there's a hole that goes right through my head to the other side. I did this with that ship that I flew over here with, and the reason is because we're having a shortage of, as you can see. This is all platinum, and it looks like maybe some people have been here also mining or something, but yeah, see, this is all platinum. The core, the entire inside of my head is made out of platinum, but I drilled a hole straight from one side to the other. And Sal was on one side, so I used her beacon as a waypoint, and yeah, it drilled all the way through. So I had to show you guys this. This is so I probably use a similar style of what I'm doing in the other base, to go inside and drill out the inside of my head. I'll have to be much more careful with this one probably, but I'd like to make the inside of this asteroid my base. So maybe have some windows in the eyeballs, right? So I can look out. Maybe have like a dock in my mouth, or have like nose holes for 2 ships. Like maybe some fighters can come out of the nose holes. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up here. But this is the Anubizroid. Just thought I should show you guys this, and thank you, Elemental, for saying that I must make this my lair. He said it'd be an insult to the maker, who would be Mir, if I didn't. So I will definitely, at some point, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to turn this into my base. I didn't have plans to make like an actual physical base on this server, but you know, this definitely changes things. Let's fly back over to this ship. But yeah, so I'll make a base into this. I don't know how big or how crazy I'll make it, but I'll definitely make a base in this. When I get my drilling ship, depending on how big it is, I might be able to make a better ear hole with it. My new drilling ship that I'm going to make it, the Buildy Donut. But yeah, here you go. This is the Anubizroid, my new lair. And I made this comment, I think, on that show as well, but I really wish that you could like put thrusters on an asteroid and then make it move. I'd love to fly this thing around, but sadly you can't do that at the moment. That's too bad, but I hope you guys really liked that, because I thought it was super cool and I thought I had to show you. I definitely didn't want to leave you guys out of the Anubizroid, and that will be my new base at some point in the future. But I definitely want to make sure that I get this construction donut built up, and I don't want to take too much. I don't want this to take forever, obviously. So we will be doing some other things, but so my plan right now is basically to get the construction donut just functional first. So I'm not going to make it all pretty and all that kind of stuff right away, but just make it functional, make sure it works. So now that I've got the built into the asteroid there. I'm going to basically connect that up. I'll do that offline. I'll connect all that up so that the two sides are connected, and then I'll like clear out the inside a little bit more, and then put some basics in there, right? So that just like some cargo containers and all that kind of stuff, and then run a connector maybe out the front, so I can hook up my ships. And so I definitely want to put the stuff that's all on the side into the inside of the asteroid there. So I just kind of jumped ahead here and got back to the construction donut over here. So we're just coming back in around the side here. But yeah, so you see all that stuff that's right there on the outside. This was all temporary. All this stuff here, I basically just want to hollow out the inside of that asteroid a little bit, and then and then take all of this stuff that we have here and move it all into the side of the asteroid over there. So yeah, I'll leave this here for the moment. I can put this away later since the sim speed is so bad at the moment. But yeah, like all this stuff here, I want to move it all inside of the donut over there, and then have all of these welders hooked up in the inside, right? So connect this one up through the hole that I made down there, and connect this one up through the hole up there, have them all meet inside, and then have the beginnings of a base inside of here. And then all of this can go. The timers and everything will move inside as well. And then at least I can sort of get an idea of what the inside of this thing is going to look like and how all of this stuff will connect up together. And once like all of these things here are all inside, there's a full factory in there now as well. So everything that I've been drilling and pick up and stuff, that can all be drilled and turned into components and all that kind of stuff in there. Get a factory, get a bit of a factory going there, so that these things can be fed with all of the components that they would need to build my large ship. So maybe in the next episode we'll do a bit of that construction in here, so getting a little bit of a base going, and then definitely want to build I'm hoping that really soon, maybe in a few 2-3 episodes or so, we can be at the point where I can turn this thing on. We'll have to do an episode for the tug, get that going, figure out kind of how we want the waypoint system to work to move stuff through. But we're getting close now to actually being able to try this out with a real ship. I'm really looking forward to it. Sorry, it keeps getting dark and everything, so I'm trying to show you guys stuff, but it just keeps going dark on me. It's probably because I don't have these lights on. I think I turned the lights off, didn't I? Yeah, there we go. That would have helped. Yeah, so get this thing actually working soon. Without, like, just as a skeleton, right? That way if anything goes wrong, we can still fix it, but get all the stuff in there, get it going. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the very next episode. Bye-bye.